everybody. Welcome back to the Don't Make This Weird podcast. I am one of your hosts, Heather, and as always, Tony is hanging out with me here in the studio.
2.5 nanoseconds and it's weird.
It's perfect.
All right.
Life is not measured by weird. Well, it should be, though.
It's totally measured by weird.
It should be measured by weirdness. Yeah. Welcome, everybody. Glad you guys are tuning in, hanging out, pulling up a chair, putting on your headphones, whatever it is you're doing tonight.
I get some of the most interesting things on social media.
Oh,
that
let's
are weird.
talk about that. Is it people like sending things that say the word weird in it?
Yeah.
Because of Don't Make This Weird?
Because they don't make this weird.
Well, that's all right. Share some.
Having to laugh. Hold on, let me get pulled up here in the chat.
We already got Kenna joining in. She says, hi.
Hi, Kenna. Hey, Kenna actually has a new channel now.
She has a channel.
Yeah, it's called Pocket Kenna. She streams live.
Nice.
Yeah, she streams live MTG. It's pretty cool.
Heck yeah. That's awesome, Kenna. I'm going to have to check it out and subscribe to you and anybody else that's listening. If you want to subscribe to her as well, go check her out.
Yeah, it's actually Pocket Kenna on YouTube.
Oh, that's cute. I love it.
She's got a little, I think it's a pink dinosaur. Shit, I don't know.
That's awesome. Very cool, Kenna. We will definitely check that out. Well, I will check it out. I know he probably already has, but yeah. The weird posts, like I constantly will see them and I will try to post them on our page as well when I do see that. Because it is. Don't Make This Weird is about the weirdness.
It was something to do with a weird group, which was hilarious. Because somebody had tagged me in it and they're like, hey, you should find this useful. And I'm like, what?
I love that. I love that.
How do you make this connection?
I love that, and like the quizzes that they have online and all this stuff. Which one am I? What would you pick from these lines for me? I'm like, I think I'm gonna open up something I don't want to know. I don't want to post those things. But yeah.
Holy shit! Here we go. Look out.
All right, what we got?
Apparently, Kenna says YouTube's being shitty to me. Jen says, "Hey, beautiful," and hi, Tony.
Oh,
wow!
Hi, Tony.
Well, hi, Jen.
Well, hi, gorgeous.
And Kenna says, "Yes, pink dinosaur."
Yeah, pink dinosaur laughing my ass off. She did say that over on YouTube. Yeah, I don't know. It depends. Some nights Twitch is better. Sometimes YouTube is. We go back and forth. We duke it out over these.
That's how
it is what it is. Yeah, but you know you can't help it. We got to have that little back and forth rivalry.
Rivalry.
I can't talk. You guys know this though. Like, who put me in the chair to talk? Gave me a microphone. Whose idea was this?
I said, when I talk, you listen.
Exactly. But glad to be here while he's scrolling for the weird.
That's what it was.
The weird
memes.
memes.
Sent it to me.
Oh, okay. Amazing. All right. One of our longtime listeners.
Shout out to El Jefe.
First time caller.
Always bringing the amazing stuff.
Yeah.
And it's great. It says, well, here, let me
share it.
Get off the YouTube feed here so we're not making things extra
weird.
Weird.
Yeah, don't do that.
So it says, I don't know how many years on this earth I got left, but I'm gonna get real weird with it. And apparently the quote is from Frank Reynolds.
Okay.
Which here's the I don't know if you guys can see that too well.
I mean, honestly, why not?
Well, but here's the best part about it. It's an actual page, and the page says, blessings are weird.
Yeah. Blessings are blessed.
Or blessed are the weird.
Blessed are the weird.
So,
For sure.
And it's like this whole entire page that I've been like kind of addicted to for most of the day.
All right. So you got one sent to you and it was like, I'm going to check this whole thing out. And then lately I find that happening. I'll be like, ooh, that's kind of cool. I'm going to like this page. And then I go and I'm just like, scroll. I sat there the one day and I'm like, why am I just mindlessly just Yep. Not left or right, guys. Just letting you know that's not what's happening. I'm not left and right. I'm just up and down.
Well, and I've been tagged in this a couple of different times just because of the whole life coaching thing. But it says, if you're feeling stressed, remember to NX haha Lili.
Oh my gosh. Kenneth says, I was trying to go live on OBS, but it keeps scheduling my lives. Then I tried to go live on YouTube and my camera won't show up.
Did you try kicking it?
The joys of podcasting and having channels. It's so fun. Not to say that we don't love it, but there's a lot of things that we go through on a basis, or more or less Tony, especially this time of year right now, because he sets up. I get here.
Well, and Josh.
And Chris Pie 5.
the
Well, for
crew.
this show.
Well, I'm just saying in general, watching, the dumpster fires start behind the scenes, which is always fun.
You guys, we should have a little news feed camera for just that.
Well, it's funny.
Behind the scenes.
Josh, I love his dedication to everything.
Oh,
that we
yeah.
do.
Yeah.
And he's like literally going, oh, yeah, there you go. Holy shit. You weren't making this up. You're actually rolling this good.
Oh, yeah. He was camera, like with his phone behind the scenes to be able to put the edits in on the Initiative Impossible.
Oh, God, yeah.
We started our week out with that.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I guess, yeah. I guess it would be. We started our week out with Initiative Impossible. And that was a blast.
Yeah.
I enjoy, I look forward to Tuesday night. We get to play some badass characters. You get the whole scenario, the scene set out. And then we're just able to just forget about everything else and just be in that moment to be our characters.
Well, and the thing that I enjoy about a lot of that stuff is it's a release out of here. And it's a great distraction.
It really is.
To put yourself into a situation. And of course, the great part about it is Brian, he was like, are you reading the story, or like what is it from the
he
book?
He did ask that too. You're like, no.
I'm like, bro,
fuck that book.
Fuck that book, because that book is lame as shit.
You're gonna get in trouble. Don't be nice. Be kind.
And it was funny. So I'm like, trust me, everything that I'm doing here, and I wasn't being conceited when I said it.
No.
But I'm just like, everything is literally from my mind because I have an idea, and then I just kind of let, literally, no pun intended, the dice roll.
Right. All 50 million of them.
All 50 million of them.
Just have to say that.
And letting you guys literally determine what the outcome of the story is.
It really is like old choose your own adventure kind of feel. I mean, that's kind of what role play and all this is anyway. But it feels like that. And I used to love those books growing up. I loved those so much. I even have a board game that is of the choose your own adventure, which is fun. Got a couple things over here on the YouTube chat. That will break my laptop. No, kind of said. Josh is hanging out. He says, hey, it's Thursday. What's up, guys?
Hey.
And Jeff is saying options are good.
That's right.
I agree.
I love having options.
I agree.
So
Options are fantastic. Yeah, for sure. Keep on sending that stuff, sending over the love. Send the weirdest of shit, though, over to Tony.
No, that
he
goes
can
to
handle
Heather.
it.
That goes straight to Heather's inbox.
No, weirdest of shit goes to Tony, and hate mail as well.
No.
I get like the love.
Here's the thing. If it involves midgets or anything to do with the circus, send it to Heather.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, don't make
Do not.
Don't make short of this topic, Heather.
No clowns. None of that. I'm good. I'm very good.
All right, you heard it here first. She likes clowns. She likes midgets. She likes circuses, and she likes dumpster fires.
I mean, some of that stuff's no surprise, but not all of it.
Hey, on Twitch, Irish Girl Laughing says, happy Thursday, darlings.
I love her. Hello. Welcome. Happy Thursday to you too as well.
All I can say is you're welcome.
What can I say today? Oh, sorry. I'm already off on it. Okay.
So,
But yeah, it was a lot of fun starting out the week with that. But let's get into it. How has your week been? Do you want to talk about it?
No.
All right, let's just continue on the subjects. And, oh gosh,
it's been a challenging week, so I would much rather not delve into the dysfunctions and dumpster fires of my week. So
okay. Well, you don't have to talk about the dysfunctions and the dumpster fires. I mean,
I worked a lot. Yay!
Hey, that's fun. Yeah. And the award for the most work done this week goes to
Josh.
Yeah, we will give it to him. And a gold star.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love gold stars?
I never got a gold star.
We're gonna have to give Tony some gold stars now. YouTube is blowing up a little bit here. Kind of says, no, don't send it to me either. Josh has possessed dolls, ? Kind of says, wait, you don't love me? LOL. I'm a midget.
Yeah, see,
Okay,
Heather,
Kenna.
why are you throwing shade
I am
at her?
only 5'1.5". The half matters. I do love people that are short because obviously I'm not very tall myself. And little known fact, My uncle was a midget, actually. So I don't mind midgets. Not like that. I don't like that. I'm not that.
Hey, my brother Denny Wasman is chiming in and says,
hey.
Tony, Heather, good evening. God bless you guys. Have a great night. Thank you so much, brother. Oh, look at that. See, Irish Girl Laughing gives all the gold stars.
All of the gold stars. We love Denny. Denny's been on both of our podcasts. Yes. And if you guys check, can you see it behind me?
It's right there behind Heather.
There.
Hey, look, we're going to the big one. This
is actually Denny's book, you guys, and you can get a hold of him on Facebook, Denny Wasman, and get a copy of yours too, and read about his story. It's been awesome to have him on and for him to join and to share all that stuff. It's not easy to share your stories. Yeah. It's not easy to share those kind of stories. So I give, the most respect, a lot of respect out there for that. So yeah. And also over here on YouTube again, let me see here. See, YouTube is blowing up over here tonight. Mm-hmm. And also John says, we definitely love you, Kenna, because you are not quite tall enough to be a midget. Jeff says, Heather, queen of the little people. I don't know how I feel about that.
We represent the Lollipop Guild.
Whatever. That reminds me, because we were talking about audiobooks before the podcast. We were doing our, catch up, and because little known fact, we pretty much only see each other like once a week, if that, this time of year. So
well, lately it's been almost every other day.
Yeah.
Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Good point.
Possibly.
Good point. But yeah, we were talking about that though, the audiobooks and all that kind of stuff. And I was going to say, I did try listening to The Wizard of Oz on audiobook and I just couldn't do it.
What?
I just couldn't do the person that was reading it, she did amazing. Like she was very good, but I just couldn't get into it. I don't know. I'm not sure what happened there. Just being honest.
What happened was
I love the audiobooks though. We were talking about that before podcast.
Talk about just some of the books that you've literally banged out in a couple of days.
Okay, so while I'm at work, and I've talked about this before, I can actually listen to audiobooks and whatnot. So just the past couple days, I'm almost done with Dragonfly and Ember by Diana Gabaldon. Yes. Gabaldon. I'm almost done with that, and that's the second part of Outlander, I guess you would say. The follow-up is the second book. And then also I have listened to the new Dolly Parton book, the singer-songwriter. Yes. It's really good. She reads it, and there's also somebody that's kind of narrating. And then I listened to Jen Sincero, Badass Habits, which is fucking amazing.
Which is not the book that's above your left shoulder, but it is
but it's her newest.
Her books.
It's her newest one, and it's really, really good.
Yes.
And then I listened to Jodi Picoult book. I can't remember which one it was because it was my phone had messed up last week, and they have audiobooks there. So I was like, oh shit, I'll just listen to one of those.
Yeah.
And so that was like a 3-disc one, which was fantastic. I was like, oh, there we go, done with it. And then I listened to Leslie Jordan. Yes. How y'all doing?
How y'all doing?
He's so cute. He's the cutest guy. I loved listening to that book. It was a lot of fun. And what else? There was another one. Goodness. Oh, I just started Gone Girl also.
Nice.
So I am... It's been and Fault in Their Stars. I finished that too. Yep. So I'm getting to that point where I'm like, oh, they're asking for 9 hours now. Oh, that means I can probably finish a book. I can finish a book in a day. So I love that. Yep. But for people like me, I can read. I don't have a hard time reading, right. But I do because if I hear something else going on, I get distracted and I can't focus and find my place. Yeah. And it gets annoying having to do it over and over. So I do consider audiobook as actually reading for me. So, and you listen to audiobooks as well.
I read a shit ton of audiobooks. And it's funny because we were actually talking about before the show, the 3 books that Brian and crew got me for doing the whole D&D thing.
Yeah.
I finally finished all of those.
That's awesome.
And I still have to go back for reference points on stuff. But I busted through a shit ton of audiobooks myself. But the coolest one that I'm reading right now is Dave Grohl and the storyteller Tales of Life and Music. And I love, love, love Dave Grohl.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's telling stories through touring and being
That's awesome.
Like that so resonates with me and kind of the goofy life that I've had. Being able to hear stories about that stuff. And like, he's talking about, hanging out with Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
And, Eric Clapton.
And he reads it too, right?
Right. Oh,
he
yeah.
reads
He reads it, which is great. Because, like,
I love that.
Dave Grohl should just read all the books.
Right. I mean, that takes a lot too. Even if you have written it, it takes a lot to read and record and do all of that stuff. Not that I actually have, but I do love to read when I do read.
Right.
It's kind of funny how I can actually do very well when I am reading something as opposed to I talk to you guys. You're welcome for that as well. Oh, a lot of stuff happening over here on YouTube. I'm not complaining, guys. This is awesome. I'm going to go ahead and jump back over here. Kenna says, I'm 4'10" and 22, but feeling like in 90 today. I said that earlier for my body. I was like, my body is 41, but my mind is like, fuck that. We are not 41. And Josh says the book was a great prop for Initiative Impossible's cracking content also. And it was meant to be ... Mike says, howdy, little buckaroos. Kenna says, and yeah, I am John. Anyone who's stopped growing and reached a height under 4'11" is a midget dwarf. John says you could always try standing on a phone book. Do they even make phone books anymore? Yeah, but they're like this big. We can't go back to the days where you sit on a phone book to see over the steering wheel. It doesn't work like that. And Jeff says, love audiobooks. Used to do Tom Clancy on the way to work and on the way home and on breaks. Kenna says, I can't read. I can only count to potato. I'm joking. I get distracted too. And John says, this one time at band camp, I counted 2 banana and I still can't remember how. You guys are nuts. You guys are nutty, right?
Jen says, I have to use audiobooks too. I can't, I can read, but I cannot focus just like Heather.
I think they're fantastic. I am thankful that they actually have that, because I think back how much easier it would have been for me to do book reports if I could have just listened to them instead. I get too distracted. One thing will go off and I'm just like, I'm gone.
Potato!
And it is. It's frustrating because they used to think when I was in school that I couldn't, that my reading level was really low, but actually it wasn't.
Yeah.
When I was just a kid, it was up into the high school level and they were like, how is this?
It's a comprehension thing.
Yeah, it really is. And even now at work, I have a little strip thing that will cover all of the rest of the order. But I cut out a piece of paper to where I can see like this much so I don't get distracted by the other orders. Right. And I've been doing a lot better since doing that. So,
well, and that's what's funny about it is, I mean, I cannot tell you how many books I burn through in a year. I keep trying to wow.
I'm passing it over.
Talkers. I keep trying to get to the point of getting 52 books in for the year because that's literally a book a week.
Right.
Now, you would think with all the audiobooks that I bang through and all the other stuff that I do, I would be able to kill that a book a week.
Right.
I've not been able to do it yet. It's so damn frustrating.
Oh, yeah.
But like we were talking about before on way back shows, go listen to all of them.
Yeah.
That my ability to listen to audiobooks as much as I do really helped me getting the life coaching classes out of the way.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, I burned through 2,100 hours of classes.
You did. And I'm still sitting, I don't know where. But the only reason for that part of it is because when I would go to listen to them, I would try to do it at work, which is a little bit hard when you're supposed to be, focusing. But it would continue to do like the circle, and I can't stand that. I'd start to get into it, get some information, and then all of a sudden it would just like
load.
Yep, it would be loading. And I'm like, I can't do this. Like, how am I supposed? Yep. So I'd get more frustrated than anything. However, I did start on my time off to get that done. So I'm still working on it, as always.
Well, and that's one of the things where I was always told that I'm not a student. And school was not a finer point in my life.
Yeah.
But yet everything that I taught myself, I mean, hello, all of this.
Right. Doesn't that like kind of irritate you though? Like how shortly, like I said, they were trying to say that I had a lower level of reading and I really didn't.
Yeah.
It used to piss me off so much. It used to really make me angry because I'm just like, you don't even give anybody a chance. You one size fits all for all of it. That's not how that works.
Here's a bunch of information we're going to cram into your fucking head. Of text anxiety.
Yeah, I do.
And you completely shit the bed on the test.
This girl's playing stupid.
Right. I mean, I get certain people would probably assume some of that because, well, who takes me seriously? But in the same token, I was just like, nah, school.
Yeah.
I've had more fun learning history out of school than I ever had in school.
I agree.
And I'm just going, what is history is so full of life and crazy shit. How could you not want to be like, hey, you know what I learned in history today?
That's cool. Like it's more of a conversation to have.
Right.
The more that people know, the more you know.
Right.
Do. Yeah.
I mean, right now I'm studying geodesic domes and the history of that. I've watched, I don't know how many different documentaries while I'm doing shit in the studio here. And I'm going, I'm going to be a doctor by the time I'm done understanding geodesic domes.
I had a conversation about that. Sorry, not to cut you. I had a conversation about that though. Like, how frustrating is it that you are a talented person, you are getting and absorbing all of this information, you're learning it, and they won't even freaking look at you because you didn't go to college.
Oh, God, yeah.
But you could be the most brilliant person that has a cure for who knows what, but they won't look at you, even give you one glance because you did not pay all that money to get educated through their systems.
Because you don't have a piece of paper that says you can.
That frustrates the shit out of me, too. I'm not trying to be negative here tonight, but really, though, it's a good conversation to really have. Right. There's so many different things that I've been super passionate about and researched and done a lot of things. And I was like, just give me a chance. And you can't. You don't have a degree.
Well, and that's one of the things that I was actually watching on YouTube while I was listening to the audiobooks because they actually had like more than one device plugged in because if I'm not being
crazy
bombarded with information, it doesn't quiet the voices. So I had to literally dig in and go, oh, okay, here's what we're doing with this. But I'm trying to find the guy.
Well, I got a lot of stuff over here while you were doing that. Let me see. I got to catch up and find out where we were. So, Jeff says, love audiobooks. Oh, yeah, he already said that. I already read that. Let's see here. Kenna says she drove yesterday. She was excited. That's awesome. John says, on YouTube, I ran across an audiobook type thing with artwork as a visual. It was somebody's rendition of what Back to the Future 4 might have been like if it would have been made, and it was pretty good. That's pretty awesome. Nice. Kenna says, then my friend gave me an edible that had cherries in it, and I had an allergic reaction. I was pissed. Oh, that's horrible. Josh says, I think the stigma of audiobooks were only for blind and illiterate is gone. And John said, when I was in school, I absolutely hated history and failed every class, but now my favorite channel is the science channel and the history channel.
Right.
Agree.
Right?
Right.
But yeah, no, I'm watching this video and it's about the history of geodesic domes.
Yeah.
And Minister Fuller, who the guy never, he was an engineer and an architect. Did architecture, right? But he couldn't draw blueprints. But he could sell the shit out of his designs and had a bunch of other people around him that were able to do those types of things.
Right.
So I'm going, wow.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm an idiot when it comes to drawing with crayons, but I can tell people what I want.
Right. Well, I mean, and look at that. Look at the vision that you're able to actually get out by hiring people that can do that kind of stuff.
Jen says, I have the paper that says I'm educated, but I've learned so much more outside of school. I agree completely.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it really, I feel like I have as well. I didn't really give myself too much credit growing up because I was just put into the special ed classes because I couldn't focus. I couldn't pay attention. So they're like, well, what do we do with her? let's just throw her into that class. And, you know, for me, math was a really challenging, and it still kind of is. I've gotten a lot better since being out of school, but there is a huge anxiety with it, like on the spot stuff.
Well, think about that for a minute, though, because I mean, when we're told all of our, formative years, we suck at taking tests and we fail at everything.
Right.
Why wouldn't you have anxiety with that?
Of course.
You're going to get it wrong, so why even try?
That is my biggest one. And on the spot stuff for me, that's not how my brain works.
Right.
Obviously, you know, we've worked together for a long time and you know where I shine.
Yeah.
So when that kind of stuff happens, you're not like, oh, you dummy. You're just like,
You big dummy.
Well, she can do this, and that, or whatever. You know, it's not even
all right.
question.
Let's be brutally honest with our audience. You're the brains of this operation, and I'm the tits.
I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know how I feel about coming out right now on the show about this. That's funny. Oh my gosh.
Well, no,
But seriously though,
from day one, talking with you and befriending you, the best part about that is the fact that you've just been driven.
yeah.
And I remember tons of different times, a lot of the stuff that you would say to me, and I'm not going to go into details, but
That's good.
I'm just like, really?
Yeah.
Do you not look in the damn mirror and see what it is that you're doing?
No.
And you're like, no.
I don't even own a mirror. Fuck you.
You're a jerk. I don't look at my face other than brush my teeth. And I'm like, all right, go sit in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, we're not doing cameras. And I'm like, what?
Hell no.
What?
We're not doing cameras.
What the
That's
shit?
not happening. But now I'm just like, all right. But now I have fun with it. I play with different hairs, makeup, whatever, and it's just like, yeah. What do you got going on
John
over
says,
there?
I will put my self-taught backwards redneck education against their PhD any day.
Like, seriously.
Hell yes, brother.
Yeah, there you go. Like, applaud to you, man. Applaud to you. Okay, let me see here. I'm going to try to catch back up. I think I've got everything. You guys are doing awesome here. Let me see. Kenneth says, my old principal told me I would never graduate. I can't even do it tonight. Seriously. And my teacher told me to my face that I am a R.
Nice.
Wow. That person's a dank. It's just legit.
I think I was voted most likely to explode and be homeless.
That was a thing.
Means. I don't know. Well, and I mean, that's the great part about it is I hated school.
Yeah.
Not because of the test or the useless stuff they were trying to shove down my brain. I was asking, give me real world application. Like I learned more in shop and home ec
Yeah.
and in art than I ever did in any other class.
Those are my favorite. Well, I never did drafting or any of that stuff.
John says, I didn't learn anything in the classroom. I learned from the real world experience,
Yep.
which is something they don't have. Sorry, I'm late, but yeah, I'm smarter than them. Exactly.
I mean, seriously.
That's louder.
Hey, how's it going, man? Yeah, it's just, it irritates me to no end that they're so quick to write somebody off, a kid off that's just learning and not trying to actually, I understand that there's a lot of kids in the classroom.
Yeah.
There is a lot. So the teachers really are kind of at a disadvantage in the beginning of it. But I have had some incredible teachers that recognized what I needed to make it through. And, you know, I'm still a great friend with my one teacher who I still call Mrs. I. And she's like, you can call me by my real name now, like my first name. I'm like, it still feels weird. Like, no.
Well, see, that's what's frustrating about the whole damn thing. Like, we have the delusions of grandeur when you want to be a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go and started introducing all of these stupid things instead of just letting teachers do what they wanted to do. And that was teach.
Yep.
Like, I had a handful of teachers through the whole time I was in school that went, you're not stupid. You're just distracted.
Mm-hmm.
And I went, huh?
Who said that?
Who said that?
Right.
And those were the teachers that challenged me the most because they saw something that was worthy of being challenged.
Right.
And when I dug into something, just like anything else that I do now as an adult, I'm like, hey, guess what I learned today?
Yeah.
And people are like, holy shit, wow, that's pretty fucking deep.
And I remember I love writing. I do love to write. I actually finally went back to writing a poem and poetry and getting into that again.
Right.
But when I was taking college classes, my teacher, my English professor, we had to write actually short stories for him. And I had brought my first one, or no, it was like our third one I brought up, and he goes, oh, thank God, something that I can read. And I at first I didn't think that he was talking to me, because I was just like,
Right.
wait, what? It's like something good that I can read. I'm like, really? And he was like, your punctuation's kind of not the best, but your stories. I'm like, really? All right. But I shied away from that.
Right.
I shied away from it.
John said I went to Job Corps when I was young for electrical training, and it was so hands-on, so I mastered it fairly quickly and was done in half the time.
That's awesome.
As everyone else. There was a study not too long ago that says most kids that fail in school don't fail because of lack of intelligence. They fail because they're bored.
I believe that. I really do believe, because if you're not interested in the subject that you are learning, you're not going to, be a part of it. You're not going to want to learn it. I did have a handful of teachers that were really good at their job. I'm not saying that all teachers are crap. I'm not saying that at all. Actually, I feel like a lot of them are at disadvantages.
Of course.
That, like you said, they have to stick to the curriculum, and that's that.
Well, it's not even the curriculum, in my opinion, just because you have people that don't know anything about education making curriculums.
Yeah.
And it's like, let the teachers teach.
Mm-hmm.
Get off their asses and stop trying to push some sort of BS agenda.
Yeah.
And just let them teach. Like, I cannot tell you how many teachers I talk to, and they're going, I love my job, but I'm really starting to hate it because people that have nothing to do with education are telling me what to do.
Yeah. I actually saw a post today. One of my friends on Facebook, not like a legit friend, but an acquaintance, is a teacher. And somebody posted that Saginaw substitute teachers, they're paying $100 or $125 for substitute teachers right now in Saginaw.
Yeah.
She is actually considering going to be a sub because she's not making anywhere near that as a teacher.
Right.
It blew my mind.
Well,
it blew my mind.
Like I said, people that are involved in the educational system, which is still scary to call it that, are pushing agendas as opposed to just letting the people teach.
Yeah.
Like I had a conversation with a teacher the other day, and I just went, how do you do it? How do you teach while still having the pressure of the thumb over top of you, that if you screw up, there's your job. No tenure, no nothing. See ya. Have a nice life.
Right. And it's interesting because I feel like there's a lot of pressure, not just on teachers. It's throughout the workforce. And I did have an interview the other day.
Yeah.
Honestly. And when I went into the interview, I felt comfortable. Like, I don't freak out over interviews anymore. And that was one of the things that I did talk to them about with the learning. For me, it takes me a little bit of time to actually work it and do it, to get it down and to work, to be able to work through it. Right. And I was honest about it. I have not heard back from them yet, but I'm not ashamed to be like, hey, this is how I work. So when we first start working together, I need you to know that this is how I take in things.
Louder says, I'm just a dumb farm kid. What do I know? Brother, you know a lot.
I was going to say, come on.
John says, reminds me of Kevin James in Here Comes the Boob.
Yeah.
When halfway through the movie, he's getting into teaching and getting active, getting on the desk. And you remember the movie. Yeah, I do. And then Jen chimes in and says, this sounds familiar. I love my job, and I'm thankful I get to teach alternative students.
Yeah.
In quotes.
Right. Well, and that's another thing, too. It makes me think of School of Rock. Love
what
Jack
am I
Black.
teaching you?
Oh, I love Jack Black. I'm not trying to but honestly, he's one of my favorite.
You get to rockin'.
Yeah. Jeff says, I had to go to night school. My math teacher read one of my short stories and told me I'm trying to teach you long division and fractions, and you are doing quantum physics. Wow. Okay.
You know, to dote on our El Jefe, because we love El Jefe, the fact that this man has just one of the sexiest imaginations I have ever had the chance to sit down and talk to. Like, this dude has stacks of stuff that he's written. And here's the best part about it. He's finally getting published, which is amazing.
Heck yeah, man.
And I cannot wait to read his stuff. Like, can we give a little bit of love to El Jefe in the chat here? Because
congratulations, man.
I want an autographed copy, brother. Seriously.
For sure.
And I know I still have your books and I need to find them.
Oh, listen to that, man. That's awesome. Congratulations, Jeff. I know.
Hell yeah.
I don't know what you're doing wasting your time listening to us on Thursdays, but
it's cannon fodder. That's what it is.
That's what it is. It's the background noise. It's your audiobook, right?
Right. We're
That's
his
fantastic.
audiobook.
Congratulations, man. That's really cool. Really cool. We hang out and have cool people that come and chime in on here. And you guys are awesome. We appreciate you jumping on with us on Thursdays and everything else that we have going on in between.
John says, does anyone else remember one of the most popular library books growing up called Where the Sidewalk Ends?
Yes.
I love that series.
Can we talk about that a little bit too?
Hold on. I got one
go
more.
ahead.
Louder says, everybody should run for local positions. Got to be involved. Hell yes. You know, before you get into that.
Go ahead.
So I shared a post Sunday. I just posted a picture of my mug and said, support local, open till 1. Right? I've gotten so much love on that post.
Nice.
And people's like, yes, support fucking local. So whatever it is that you guys are doing, keep doing it because everybody's catching on.
Heck yeah. That was at the farmer's market on Saturday?
No, it was at the Harvest on Sunday.
Oh, it's Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we've been talking about books and education and everything. I want to talk about how I feel it is okay to still love childhood books and stories.
Yeah.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
Where the red fern grows is right up there.
We talked a little bit about the school books and things that we.
Hell yeah.
I have some of my old books that we were supposed to read.
To tell you how much of
Finally
a
getting to it.
A kid I was, Where the Red Fern Grows was the first book I read by myself.
Wow.
All the way through.
Nice. Very nice.
I think I was like 7 or 8.
But I feel like even no matter what age, like I still feel like these classics, these books that we loved as kids, I don't see why there is a problem of having those still.
Yep.
I think that that's still good because you're still supporting those authors and even some of the new stuff.
Absolutely.
I don't get too much into it because I love nostalgia. That's a big thing for me. So the books that I grew up on, one of my favorite children's books was The Giving Tree.
Yes.
Actually, and that's by the same one that wrote Where the Sidewalk Ends. One of my favorite books, and I still love it to this day. I don't have a copy of it, though. I don't have a copy of it. I don't know why.
Yeah, I loved all those books, and I mean they were just so funny with some of the stuff that they did for the animations and the graphics,
little
and stuff.
sketches and everything in the book. Yeah, those were fantastic. I think that everybody should still, love those books, and I really get frustrated on the putting an age on things. I still love cartoons. I still, but I feel like it keeps that inner child still going and not breaking your spirit, no matter what age you are.
Well, my perspective of those of you who have children, share those books with your kids so they can fall in love with them.
Heck yeah.
I mean, I have to laugh half the damn time when I'm walking around wherever store it is. And I go to the book section and I see, the old Dr. Seuss books.
Yeah.
And it's like Green Eggs and Ham, The Cat in the Hat,
Red
One Fish.
Yeah.
Just how could you not enjoy these books as a kid? Because Dr. Seuss hated kids.
Which is crazy, right?
He used it for kids that had speech impediments and speech problems.
Wow.
To learn how to speak fluently and clearly.
That's crazy.
I think he worked with Mitch because isn't Mitch right around that age?
Maybe. And I was listening to the new Dolly Parton audiobook, and she's talking about the one that she does, the she gives out so many books
The
a year.
Imagination Station.
Yeah, thank you. And that started actually, she got her father involved in it because he actually was illiterate. He didn't know how to read.
Yep.
So she had him involved in that to help kids.
Yep.
So they give so many books away to kids every
millions and millions of books.
I get like goosebumps just thinking about it. That's awesome.
Louder says Chili Billy series was mine. Refrigerator gnome. Laugh out loud.
Oh, I don't think I ever listened to that or read that one.
I saw it all the time in the library, but I never read it.
Really?
And that's the thing is, you know what? Shout out to you guys for bringing all this stuff up with reading and stuff. If you ever see anybody hating on somebody because they don't know how to read or they don't know how to read that well, encourage them to keep doing it because it's just like with anything else. The more you do it, the better you get.
Absolutely.
And if someone's throwing shade at somebody for not reading that well, remind them that they weren't there. They were there at one point in time. So don't be a dick to each other.
Smack them in the back of the head with a book.
Bam!
Just kidding. Don't do that. I did not take that back. Yeah. Got a couple things over here on YouTube. Kenna says, I wanted to read Where the Red Fern Grows. When can I come over and borrow it?
I got it's
somewhere up there, yeah.
Books.
Jeff says, never give up your childhood imagination. Adult imagination is dead.
No shit.
Seriously, like I feel much better when I'm able to still enjoy some of the stuff when I was a kid. If not more, like kind of had this conversation today. When you were a kid and you couldn't open up all the cereal boxes, and now that you're an adult, you can open up all of them and it doesn't matter.
In bed. In fucking bed.
Like really, it's like being an adult is like, yeah, I can do all those things I wanted to do when I was a kid, but I didn't. And I'm smarter about it now, kind of.
You know what? I'm still pissed off why cereal boxes do not have resealable Ziploc bags.
The one that come in a bag do.
But that's my point, though. It's like, okay, I'm eating Cracklin' Oat Bran, right?
Mm-hmm.
You ever try to tear that bag open?
Nope.
You shit the bed every time.
Yep.
So you get Cracklin' Oat Bran everywhere.
It's like...
Right. So my question is why can't they be like the little cereal boxes where you just tear the top off, pour the milk in each fucking cereal? No. Do that with a big one because I want to have like the ability to just sit there, watch my Saturday morning cartoons on YouTube because Saturday morning cartoons suck now.
Mm-hmm. They do.
So I'm going to eat my Cracklin' Oat Bran with my cereal in my hand because I use the whole box. So fix your shit.
Use the whole box. Well, to be fair, Cracklin' Oat Bran is not very big box.
It's amazing, though.
When I could eat it, that was actually one of my favorites.
Louder says, I was reading Dune at 12. Bro, that's a freaking badass book.
How are you going to say you're dumb then?
That's why I'm giving you shit.
Come on.
And then John says, coworker of mine, Jerry, has... What? You can't... Come on now.
Do you take it out?
No. He has a first grade reading level, so I'm always showing him in funny shit on Facebook and making him read it and helping him with hard words. Brother, yes.
That's awesome.
Keep doing that.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Also says, I absolutely love watching the classic cartoons, so I subscribe to Boomerang app, and my kids love it as much as I do.
Oh, that's cool.
Louder says, Voltron and Thundercats.
Yes.
Hell yes.
Yes. And then, talking about that, helping other people read.
Yes.
Not... growing up, how I actually learned, my grandfather, when he was home from business trips, he would get the comics, and that's how I learned how to read.
Yep.
We'd read the comics, and that was a really cool thing. Like, that was one of the ways that I learned to read, but I remember that.
Yep. I don't remember what, and it was, I think, one of the very few times that I paid attention in English class was we read this short story, and the quote was, "'Tis good to know to read and write."
Yeah.
And it was about this uncle or father or some shit like that that knew just enough to read the difference between poison and moonshine.
Oh, boy.
So there was a bully or some shit like that in the story, and he ended up giving him the poison as opposed to the moonshine.
Yeah.
Because he was doing some shady shit. And his boy was like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, don't. Because obviously the bully was illiterate. Mm-hmm. So he got his own demise for whatever reason.
Oh.
But, that was the thing. It's like, 'tis good to know to read and write. And I went, okay, so maybe I should probably pay attention because I don't want anybody giving me like poison instead of moonshine.
Right.
But, you know, there's that lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Help everyone become educated
Yeah.
and understand how to read and write. And if you're not that great at, help each other. Like,
Right,
damn,
exactly.
man.
Don't
Come
be
on now.
and that's another thing too. Like I feel it used to be such a bigger thing where people were embarrassed to be able to talk about it, to tell
Right.
people that they have a hard time with reading and writing or whatnot. And that makes me sad. That makes me really, really sad.
Jen
You know?
actually brought that up in one of the chats about everybody says, I suck at mathing, but nobody says I suck at reading. I suck at reading and I still do it.
I get distracted with reading. I could fall asleep when I'm reading too. Like I used to it probably because I laid out my bed to read. But I'd wake up with like arm print on my face. But I don't do
Drooling
that.
on the book.
Yeah, I don't do that anymore. I actually sit up to read. I don't any of that anymore.
John says, I actually have the Thundercat sword, and it's
Oh God.
and it's real and very sharp. Oh, hey, Kelly's on. Kelly says, help everyone.
Exactly.
Learn
Hey,
how to read better. Like, Kelly, you got to come on the show.
Yeah,
Seriously.
that's awesome. Gotta catch over here up on YouTube as
Gotta
well.
catch 'em all.
Gotta catch 'em all. Oh, let's see here. Grow up your childhood. I also get books from Dolly Parton Imagination Library and can't figure out why. It kind of says yes, and I can't. It kind of says yes, and I can't open cereal boxes still. Left my ass off.
Right.
Josh says, "You know what grinds Tony's gears? General Mills." LOL.
I'm telling you.
Jeff says, "Protect your inner child imagination like you protect your anointing."
Exactly. See, there
Very
you
cool.
go.
Yeah, I read when I was reading the Fault in Our Stars. That's actually the author is a teen writer,
Really?
and they were doing a little interview at the end of the book, and they asked him why he likes to write to adult or to teenagers, and he's like, "Because I don't really like adults."
Right.
And he's like, "Okay, I don't mean it like that, obviously, because my adult readers, whatever."
Right.
But yeah, he brought that up. He's like, "Yeah, because I don't really care for adults." That sounds like something I'd say.
Louder gives the purple heart to you, Heather.
Oh, thank you.
If John says, if you see someone struggling and you have the ability to help and you don't help, you are what's wrong with the world today. Brother, you are
Correct.
not wrong. Well, then that's
Exactly.
let me go back to what we're talking about just for a second with reading. One of the things like Shelby, everybody knows Shelby.
Yeah.
Shelby's really cool dude. He's one of the hardest working guys you'll ever meet, but he also has trouble pronouncing words.
Right.
So I'm like, hey man, check this out, bro. This is what I want you to do to challenge yourself,
Right.
because like most people, I mispronounce words all the time. Heather, you
I do
mispronounce
too.
words.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So what I did to help him and help myself, because I was like, I are a good speller,
Right.
I went to the word of the day,
Okay.
dictionary.com. And you guys can do this. You don't have to tell anybody because it'll be your dirty little secret, just like it is mine, but I'm telling everybody now.
Mm-hmm.
It helps you pronounce the word, and it gives you a new word every single day.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
It gives you in the context of sentences, the definition, the whole 9 yards, and gives you synonyms to understand what the word actually is.
Oh, I dig that. That's cool.
So Shelby started doing that. God, this was 18 months ago, a year ago, something like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, check it out. I learned like 10 new words. And I'm like, yeah, good on you, man.
That's super cool.
So, and he like pronounces it. He pushes the button to make
Right,
the
right.
pronunciation come across. And I'm like, I do that all the time because I suck at pronouncing words.
Yeah, I struggle with that too. So I really dig that you can go onto Google and type it in and then hear how it says, or, you know, how they say it, how they break it down and everything. So that's really cool. I didn't know about that. That's something
That's
to
what
check
I do
out.
all the time.
It makes me feel like the nostalgia of PBS. Like, just really though, think back to like that's pretty much what we had for our channel.
Yeah.
But there was so much stuff on there, and at the time I was like, this stuff sucks. But now I'd totally be watching all of the old like Carmen Sandiego,
Oh, God,
and
yeah.
3, 2, 1 Contact,
Yup.
and oh my gosh, the drawing. Do you remember the drawing one?
Yes.
That was so cool.
I remember, what was it? Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, Sesame
Yeah.
Street. Today's special.
Oh my God, today's special was my favorite.
That mannequin fucked me up every
That
time.
was my favorite show, and I don't know how I didn't get scared of that mannequin.
Right. Like, I was like, it's moving. What's going on here? Like, today's special.
Yeah.
And do you remember Square One?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I do.
Baphomet. Dun, 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 dun.
It was so good. Like, but at that time, I was like, ugh, this is like Kaboom cereal. It's shitty. If anybody knows from back in our day.
I kaboomed in the toilet.
Oh, I remember that cereal. And I was like, don't give us that stuff. Ugh.
Like, at every food bank my parents went to, they gave that cereal, and I'm just like, I'm not eating it.
Yeah.
Eat your damn cereal.
I'd rather eat Captain Vitamin or King Vitamin instead of
Oh,
that.
God, yeah. Oh, here we go. John says, I need grades.
12-hour stream. We got to talk to everybody who is involved in the Strange Friends media to make it work.
There's
I
going to
think
be a lot of stuff.
time
going
slots, different things going on. But seriously, I
on.
want
Dance
to
your
do
cares
it.
away. Worries for another day.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that was fantastic.
Down a Fraggle Walk.
Doop, doop. That was fantastic. Loved Fraggle Rock and all the Muppets.
Oh, God.
Muppet Babies. Oh my gosh.
You know, they need to bring back seriously the Muppet Show, because the musicianship that they had, like, go back and listen to the old Muppet Show intro. Like, these guys were badass musicians. Like, Animal played the drums, right?
Yeah.
Whoever they had playing the drums for Animal, holy cow, the level of
Right.
musicianship that this guy or girl, whatever
Whoever it was, yeah.
like, amazing. Like, try and copy any of the stuff that Animal was doing when he played drums. Go ahead. I'll wait.
Great stuff. I'm so glad that we were having this conversation tonight. It's
Yeah.
bringing back the warm and fuzzies and just thinking about all that stuff of growing up and everything. And it's just so much fun to think about that stuff and reminisce. And I even said back in our day, which kills me right now.
Back in my day.
Listening to the radio and it's like your classic station. And I was like,
Yeah. When did Van Halen become on the classic station? I don't understand that.
this is stuff from when I was growing. Why? No. Shutting this off. No.
Right. I don't need that kind of negativity in my
Heck
life.
no. Hell says a no.
Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
So let's talk a little bit about especially like nostalgia, because we kind of grew up, both of us, playing a couple games of D&D here and there. Oh gosh. Shameless plug coming your way, guys.
Louder, louder says, beat drums, beat drums.
Yes.
It says, John says, I hated the pink vitamin. I mean, the flavor was fine, but it was eating the little balls of sandpaper. My mouth was tore up after eating a bowl.
Oh God.
John says, King, not pink. Okay, so
King,
yeah.
yep. King vitamin. I would have rather have eaten that over Kaboom cereal, though. Yeah, horrible. But
Nope.
yeah, speaking of nostalgia,
Yes.
Nutella. Speaking of Nutella, when you think about it, just kidding.
I'm not putting Nutella on my taint.
Ew. That's not what I was going to ask you.
Nope,
Ugh.
not doing it.
So anyway, we talked a little bit about D&D when we first started playing that. Now that we're a part of Initiative Impossible.
Yes.
I was like 11 years old, and my brother and his friends were out in the screen tent with the picnic table underneath it, and they're like, "Hey, you wanna roll up a character?" I don't know what that means, but yeah, you're cute. Okay. That was so stupid. I was like, sure. I
Heather
was
did
killed
it all
off.
for the D20.
What can I say? What can I say? Yeah, my character died really quick. I do remember her name was Katara.
Nice.
Not sure why I picked that name, but
You should resurrect her.
I might have to.
Yes.
And another campaign, unless we continue on with these amazing characters that we have now.
See, okay, now I want to ask if anybody else is listening from Initiative Impossible, because we're going to go back to that for a minute. Why do you guys think I'm going to kill you off? I'm not trying to kill you off. It's much more fun to torment you.
I don't think that you're going to kill us off, but I do feel like the dice may. We hear like this big old shaking, like you've got 12 million dice and you're just like, Yeah, it was ridiculous. Yeah, there's your bag. There's your bag, baby.
There's your bag.
Yeah, so I don't feel like you're really trying to kill us off, but I'm also just like, these dice may kill us.
John says a buddy of mine got his hands on a 1963 Fender Jaguar, and it sounds amazing. Nice.
Heck yeah, man.
Oh, shit. Yeah, speaking of that, I actually finished my green guitar.
Did you?
Yeah.
Cool. Are you going to bring it on Guitar
I
Fridays?
already played on Guitar Fridays with it. It's
I
pretty
missed
freaking-
it.
Why? Why do you hate me?
I don't hate you, and I do totally support you. Like, let me just dote on you for a minute here. Tony, since I have known you, and I've come from a long line of musicians. Okay, not very long, but but for me, like, that was one of the things that you and I, like, kind of, you know, bonded over was music, even though I just own guitars and
I play them.
and you play them. But seriously though, like,
Yeah.
if you guys haven't had a chance to check out Guitar Fridays, do it.
Well,
I support, like, I do. I don't get always a chance to watch it when you are live, but I think it's great. You stepped out so far from your comfort zone to do
God,
Chill
so many
Stream
ways.
and to do Guitar Fridays. And I've watched you on Chill Stream too, and I'm like, hell yeah, man. You know, you're saying things and you're actually interacting and you're playing and you're doing all the stuff. And I'm like, how did you ever feel like you couldn't do this?
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Bro, seriously.
Well, and that's the thing is, I you know, we when a lie is told you for so long, you start to believe that it's the truth, right? And I mean, yes, I'm a goofball on camera, but I never thought I had anything to say
Right.
that anybody would actually want to listen to and then give feedback on. So me being the knucklehead that's playing guitar in the back, great. Okay, yeah. You keep drinking, I'll sound better.
Oh, that reminds me though. You did have, let's talk a little bit about that. You did have some people come on and jam with you. I did catch a little bit about it.
Yeah.
The stupidest thing though is, like, my phone dies right when I'm getting ready to jump on with you guys. I'm like, really? So I have to pay a little bit more attention to that and, you know, be prepared better.
Well, and that's what I wanted to talk about is for a brief second, then I'll get back to chat here. But Peyton, this kid's 15 years old.
Yeah.
And he's just tearing it up. Like, I could have sat there the whole night just watching him play. And I went, you do you, kid. And it was great. He's like, no, I want to see what you're doing. And, like, we kind of traded riffs back and forth. And I'm like, holy shit, this kid is incredible. Like, let's work on a couple of things and refine what skill you have, because what you have is amazing.
That's awesome.
And he's like, yeah, I want to come over and work in the studio. I'm like, bro, please.
How cool is that? 15?
Shout out to Peyton. Yeah, Peyton's 15, and, like, holy shit, this kid's amazing.
How did you meet this kid? Like, how did you?
I actually went to school with his dad.
Okay.
And his mom is my cousin.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, that's cool. I got, like, a brief glimpse, and then my phone was like, nope, screw you.
Oh, here we go. Jen says, just watch out for the fire shooting out of the mailbox.
Oh, God, yes.
And Kenneth says, Tony's amazing. Aw, thank you, Kenna. You're the best.
Aw.
And John says, as much as it pains me to say so, Tony is the most talented, intelligent Bradley I know. Hey, thank you.
Aw, that's cool.
Uncle Paul might be a close second. See, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know. Uncle Paul is pretty badass and epic.
He
so.
is actually, like, okay. So because you and I have known each other for these 7 years,
Yeah.
like, I've kind of became family with the ones I like.
Your family.
Over here, your family. But, like, Uncle Paul, like, I call him Uncle Paul. He's my Uncle Paul now.
He's
Dustin
amazing.
is my cousin. John, I don't really call my cousin, but I know John. You know that one? His mom, no.
There's always one.
Anyway, moving on. But no, seriously though, like, I do feel
Yes.
like I am part of the family with you guys.
Absolutely.
And here at your house when I first started coming around, like, I just felt like I was anyway. It was just like,
Yep.
oh, it's the weird neighbor kid coming back, but whatever. I don't know where we got this one, but I guess we're having her stay.
That
She's
was the running
defective.
joke forever. Like, I don't remember who the hell was saying that, but it's like, oh, the ugly neighbor kid's here. And it's like, who?
I
Oh,
used to say that.
That's what it was.
Because my
Yes.
mom used to call our dog the ugly neighbor kid. My mom would let the dog out, and then she'd come up to the door to want it back in, and my mom's like, oh, the ugly neighbor kid's here again. And she was the ugly little neighbor kid.
That's what I call the
yeah.
ferret.
Oh,
Anyways,
gosh.
back into chat.
Yeah.
It says, and then there's Uncle Steve. You have to call him Uncle because his brain is so dead.
Oh, man.
You kind of feel sorry for him.
Yeah. And there's that.
And it kind of says, Roy's aunt is now my aunt because I keep hearing him call her aunt then her name. All right. Well, that's not.
Yeah. I've done that too. Like, there's some people that I just find or find me, and I'm like, sister,
Right.
brother. I'm just like, whatever. But I feel that when you have a good connection with somebody, doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be blood to be family.
Right.
Like,
right.
honestly, and that's a great thing in this world, because just because we're family, sometimes it's like,
Yep.
no, I'm good.
Well,
I'm
and
good.
that's one of the things that I tried to raise my kids with the whole process of there's going to be 1, 2, maybe 3 if you're lucky, family members that are just they're the ones that are going to resonate with you.
Yeah.
And you're going to have that kind of relationship with.
Like going to family Christmas and you're like, oh, good, you're here.
Right.
Oh, I'm so glad you're
I
here.
got a drinking buddy tonight. Woo!
See, that wasn't like, I never really drank with my family.
Oh, God.
I did a little. Okay. So, okay. If my dad's still listening, I'm going to tell my 21st birthday story. So I went out with my dad. My dad and I used to go and sing karaoke. That was one of our things that we did.
Right.
And it was fun. I got out there a little bit more and started singing. And I started getting, some people telling me that they liked how I sang and whatnot, and started to get a little bit more braver with singing. And so we went out for my 21st birthday after my birthday, but I turned 21.
Right.
And he gets me a Long Island iced tea. So I was like, oh, I'll have a Long Island iced tea. That sounds good.
Right.
So I take a sip of it and I go, I don't think there's any tea in this. And he's like, there isn't.
Nope.
I was like, why is it called a Long Island iced tea? Then I'm thinking, do I really want to drink? Because I don't trust this shit. He kind of just threw me into that. He's like, no, it's a splash of Coke. I'm like, well, we could have led with that. So, yeah.
John says, I got at least a dozen and uncles and other tight relatives that are absolutely no blood whatsoever.
Oh, geez.
I hear you there, man.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Let's see here. Kind of said way back when we were talking about the pronunciation of words. I have trouble pronouncing words. 12-hour chill stream.
Yes.
She is really going for that one. Kind of says, oops, it's off. Jeff says, does it shock you to see how far Morgan Freeman has come? Easy reader in the electric company.
Oh, God.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Electric company. I remember that.
Yeah. And Josh is saying, I agree with Heather. I've seen the results personally. LOL from the dice rolls. See, I agree. See, thank you for agreeing with me.
John says, when I was in the Job Corps in 1996, I met a girl and became really good friends with her, and I'm still friends with her to this day. We call each other at bro and sis.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. And that when you feel that connection with somebody,
Yeah.
that just happens sometimes. And then I'm like, oh, all right. Well, thanks for being in my life, bro,
Right.
sis, whichever. But yeah, that's, I don't know. That's been a wild tangent, though.
I think it's this time.
Oh, is it that time already?
It is that time.
All right, guys, stick around. Pull up a purple carpet or whatever color square that you want. Have some milk and graham crackers for this little
Namaste.
story time. We'll get out the parachute and, First person I'm going to give a shout out to tonight is Buns and Roses Holistics. They do tea, tarot, candles, yoga, Reiki, and Reiki healings. Set yourself free with Buns and Roses Holistics. They do join us up at the farmers market in Caro, Saturdays 8 to 1. We have 2 more weekends left.
Boo.
2 more weekends left. They are talking about when the gingerbread village thing comes up of doing another little thing with some of the vendors and whatnot. So check out the Buns and Roses Holistics on Instagram at Buns and Roses Holistics or www.bunsandrosesholistics.com. They also have something coming up, I believe, this Saturday at 6 at the new Antique Mall. So go check them out, I believe. If I'm wrong, I will let you guys know at some point before the weekend.
Welly.
Or dawn. And I love you. Next person I want to give a shout out or business, small businesses. This is important, you guys. Small business.
Support local.
For sure. Stone Cottage Farm of Mayville. They make the most amazing goat milk soap, and we love it. Tony buys them out.
I need to put another order in. I'm out.
Tony has been buying them out. And they also do the Flint Farmers Market as well. So there's that. They make fresh bread for that. If you guys get a chance to go check them out there.
Yes.
Or go onto their Etsy store and put an order, and you can see what soaps are available. Great stuff. I love their products. First ingredient is love.
Right.
How can you go wrong with that?
Yes.
And last but not least, in my little stack of cards, I want to give a shout out to Katie Wood Skelton.
Yes. She just had a birthday.
She did.
Yes.
And I missed it because I'm a bad friend.
You suck.
I do. That's okay. Please don't make that into a meme. Josh, I'm giving you the dart eyes right now because I know you can do this.
Do it. I'll pay you.
Kwood, you can reach her at kwood331@gmail.com or Creative Crafts by Kate, 989-553-5338. Or you can go to the Facebook page of It's Just a Thing. Cancer sucks.
Fuck cancer.
I agree. Custom sewing and machine embroidery, custom vinyl work. Yeah. She does some pretty awesome stuff.
Katie's pretty awesome at that.
Yeah. Go check her out.
Yeah. Support local, guys. Come on.
Yes.
Speaking of local, do you guys like coffee? Do you like tea? Like, you guys like coffee?
I love coffee.
Okay, so you guys gotta go to Harvest Your Craft, the Harvest, right here in Caro. It's amazing. They have good food. Well, sorry, they have great food.
Gluten-free stuff.
Yes, gluten-free stuff, which is amazing because a lot of our fans actually have gluten allergies. So there's that. Go check that out because it's amazing. Coffee, tea. I mean, they have hot cocoa, guys. And since, we live in Michigan and it's bipolar all the time, you can have a cup of hot cocoa and they can do like all kinds of cool stuff like cinnamon.
Yeah.
I sat with Mitch.
Nice.
Mitch had, I don't remember what he had, but he's like, if you put the cinnamon in the bottom and you stir it up, it doesn't do anything. It just tastes amazing because it's cinnamon. I'm like, really, Mitch?
Oh, Mitch.
So, yeah.
That Mitch. Say my name, Mitch.
Say my name, Mitch.
Okay, sorry.
But one of the lovely ladies that work there, Emily Steely, she's a massage therapist. Also, she does therapeutic massage, relaxation massage, trigger point, therapy. Yep. Total mind
sacral. Cranial sacral.
Light healing touch, reflexology, and joint mobility, which is pretty amazing. She does house calls, guys. And don't be a douchebag. Don't be weird.
Don't be weird.
Not the cool kind of weird like you guys were when you hang with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
don't be dumb weird.
Don't be
that's
dumb
not
weird.
any of you guys, so don't even worry about that.
Exactly.
Anybody on Twitch that's listening.
But she does do house calls, and you can text her.
Nice.
At 989-492-6251. Yeah, and I'm trying to work out some stuff with her. So like maybe if you guys mention the show,
there we go.
You can get possibly a discount, but we got to work out those details.
Got to work out the details.
That's right. And last but certainly not least, because we love Shelson's Natural Health at 21 North Almer Street, Carroll, Michigan 48723. Dr. Matthew J. Shelson, PhD, LMNOP, QRST, LH.
Brought to you by the letter.
Yes.
S.
C is for cookie.
For Shelson's.
But yeah, Dr. Matt, he is amazing. He's a homeopathic doctor. The dude knows his stuff.
He does.
Like, holy cow.
They both do there.
I just went to see Dr. Katie. I'm going to get to next. But I was having a conversation with Dr. Matt in the hallway, and he's like, hey, did you know? And I went, holy shit, I didn't. Thank you. Did you know? As I'm admiring the map with all of the stuff on the wall. And I was like, bro, you have to come on the show and talk about that.
Yeah.
So, and you can reach Dr. Matt at 855-672-2600. But there's more.
But wait, there's more.
If you don't like male doctors, there's a female doctor there who named Dr. Katie Gremmel. She is amazing.
I love her.
And you can reach her at 855-672-2600.
That's awesome.
Go check them out because your health is something you have to do.
And we get behind the holistics and all that stuff. We still go and see other doctors for like our blood work and everything else.
We have a white coat doctor.
We do, but we also go and see our holistic doctors as well.
Right.
So, I appreciate that they work together that way,
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
Well, and it's cool because, not to tell tales out of school, but when you have more than one doctor that's willing to work together.
Yeah.
For Team Heather, Team Dumpster Fire. I mean, however that works.
Yeah.
It's always that much easier to get to a point of healthier lifestyle and healthy living.
For sure.
Amazing. Holy shit, you guys are blowing me up here. Kenneth says, I had a blue Long Island iced tea, and I really thought it was tea as well. Thankfully, I was 21 when I ordered it. Wink, wink.
Right.
Louder says, it must be weird. No, lots of people and have very few clothes. Yeah, it is kind of.
Yeah.
Jen says, we need to find a new Saturday morning hangout.
Yeah, oh boy.
And then, hold on, what's going on here? Come on, stop. John says, believe it or not, that is actually quite common. I know thousands upon thousands of people. I'm only close to a small handful, and he says I may hook on these big city lights, but at the end of the day, I will always just be a small town girl.
Aw, just a small town girl.
Stop.
I'm not stopping believing.
A little music. Yeah, Journey's going to be pissed. I stopped believing a long time ago. A little music pun. Sorry. Kenneth says 48 degrees out right now. And she puts the little globe with the icicles on it. And John says, I know what you mean with the bipolar weather. I drive to work running the heater and shivering and drive home sweating my balls off with the window down.
Yep.
And Kenneth says, OMG, I saw Crystal LaFay at Walmart yesterday. I was totally fangirling and got anxious.
Aw.
Isn't that
Let's
fucking
talk
amazing?
about her a little bit.
Yes, go ahead.
I actually got a chance to go over to see her on my day off.
Yes.
I stopped over and we went for a walk and just kind of just talked about just everything in life. And, it's really cool to have. And she's another person that I do feel is like a sister to me.
Yes.
She runs the Goddess group, and that has become a really cool sisterhood too.
Yes.
She had opened it up to the public, but for a long time there was just 15 of us, and we'd get together and just hang out and do all that stuff. But she did open it up to more people. We were able to invite other people in, and I'm an admin actually on there. And I love it. I love being able to be a part of that and being she's a cool person to be around.
Yeah.
And it's not the name dropping or any of that stuff, but she makes me super proud because she's just being her and
Crystal's amazing.
not giving a shit. And I'm thankful to see that because that inspires me to be me and not give a shit.
Yeah.
And it's so freeing. It's so freeing.
Well, and that's the best part about being around Crystal is she's one of those types of people that just gives love back.
Yeah.
And if she sees like your little tiara or your crown or whatever is slightly shifted and a little tarnished, she'll reach up and polish that thing and straighten it for you and go, you do you.
Yep, exactly. She's like, maybe put some embellishments on there. Let's put it custom to you.
Right.
Oh, all right. All right. But she does have the podcast, Crystal LaFay podcast.
Yes.
She also is on TikTok. She does a lot of really fun videos.
God, those are hilarious.
She killed me with the Pamela Pumpkin one. This is Alan. And she pointed. You guys got to see it. Anyway, she does a lot of different posts and things. She does have another show coming up, doesn't she?
Yes. Actually, it's
Wednesday,
next week.
right?
Yep.
Next Wednesday. So if you guys get a chance to go and see her podcast, because I think she's going to have her husband on, and they're going to talk about how
I'm so excited.
how their life is and how they work as a couple and everything like that. And it blows my mind. I love being able to see her and hang out and all that stuff.
John says, how do you dress for bipolar weather? I mean, to freeze your balls off now and be comfortable later, or be warm now and be hotter than hell later.
Ball hammock that you can just take off. I don't know.
Ball hammock.
I don't know.
You can't take your balls off, Heather. That's not how it works.
I don't know how any of that works.
Kenneth says she didn't remember me at first until I mentioned you and Heather.
Aw. She knows you now, though.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome, though,
Pocket
that you said
Kenna.
hi. Pocket Kenna. That's so sweet. So sweet. And I take back my ball hammock thing. I don't understand why I said that.
Don't. Don't take the balls off. It
Just
hurts.
happens.
It hurts a lot.
Speaking of that, Jen stopped over yesterday. She brought, as my Ford was being towed away, she stopped. Well, no, she stopped over after it was being towed away. But she brought me over the light. We've been missing each other and passing things, and she's such a sweetheart. She got the light for me and was going to put it on and all that stuff, which she gave it to me. I haven't been able to because it's been being worked on.
Yeah.
Story of the Ford's life. But so she stopped over, and Adam had brought up the angry helicopter.
Oh, God. No. No.
And I was like, I guess I gotta tell you about that now. So I suppose. So we got into the subject of that, and we're laughing. But when he was getting ready to leave, he bumped into the neighbors that park in the visitor spot instead of their own spots.
Yeah.
And I was like, karma. But he came out and was like, don't worry about it. You didn't do any damage. She's like, all right, I gotta go anyway. Bye. Oh, crap. Cool. Let's start a fight with our neighbors. So, yeah, it was eventful yesterday. So I kind of needed today off. It worked out.
I mean,
Worked out. You gotta love that when it happens. I'm like, oh, so I'm just gonna take a mental health day because I guess I'm going to.
Right.
And it was fantastic. I love those days. No shame. But I was also able to get Jen's spiders done.
What?
I hope she don't mind me sharing these right now. So I had to do something a little bit different. Any of those that have stopped up to the farmer's market for Dragonfly Boutique, shameless plug right there. I make spiders, especially this time of year. And this is one of the orange ones that came out. But I had to change the legs because the other ones are glass.
Yeah.
And they were breaking every time I went to bend them, and I was getting pissed.
Gross.
So instead of throwing these, I changed them up a little bit. So she pre-ordered for Halloween. She's got a little tree she's doing. Oh, and they stuck together like they do.
Jen says your neighbors had to really think we're a bit strange. Helicoptering in the parking lot.
They shut the windows. They didn't, they weren't having it. So
John said all of all the broke down vehicles you see along the side of the road, how come Forward is the only one that catches so much shade for not Forward, stupid fucking autocorrect? Jen says, yeah. And McKenna says, I want a spider.
All right. Well, I'm working on making more of them. They've been selling out, which is awesome. But those were a custom. I finally was able to get those done, and I love doing the stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss it again this weekend. Lauren messaged me and asked me if I wasn't gonna be there. I was like, I'll be there to set up again and then head out to work. It's just how my weekends have fallen. But I'm also gonna be doing the Ellington Craft Fair too.
Yes.
So if you guys don't catch me in the last couple weekends, you can meet me there. You can see me there for another time. But
yes.
This is another thing too, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to be like dull or anything, but I had somebody donate watches.
Yeah.
A big bag of them.
Nice.
And they're so pretty, I didn't want to break them down. Well, I did some research on them today, and I have about $1,000 worth of watches from this lady.
Holy shit.
I can't break them down. I'm like, what? Because I do. I break them down and I repurpose them.
Yeah.
But after I looked at them, I was like, these are way too pretty. I am going to research. And I did. And I was like, one alone was like almost $250. They're vintage.
Yeah.
I had no idea. So I was like, I'm going to check and see if putting a battery in gets them going again. But I was also like, well, I guess I can sell them and use the money towards the business. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do there, like ethically, honestly.
Well, that's exactly what you're doing is you're putting resources toward the business.
Yeah.
So
It blew my mind.
Speaking of that, Kenneth says the purple one is cute. I see those handmade spiders, and all I can think of is Andrew Dice Clay and his dirty nursery rhymes.
Oh, no. Oh, gosh.
Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet, eating her curds and whey. Long came a spider, sat down beside her, said, "Hey, what's in the bowl, bitch?"
Oh, my God. I remember him growing up.
Hey, congratulations. You guys got 100 messages today.
Yeah, guys.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah. You guys are awesome. Thank you for sitting through and listening. Seriously, seriously though, this has been a fun podcast. I've definitely enjoyed it. I know it's usually just you and I hanging out lately, but seriously, it's been
Baby,
fun.
come back.
Yeah. You can blame it all. No, fuck that. You ain't blaming shit on me. It's all your fault. No.
No,
Seriously,
it's been really cool going through and having all of these great conversations. Obviously, most of them spurred on by you guys.
yeah, guys.
Because we run out of shit to talk about.
I mean, really, sometimes we do. I mean, you can only talk about how healthy you're trying to be and, oh, look at me. So many times. And I'm, we kind of, after the podcast last week, it was like, oh,
Yeah.
what are we doing? What are we doing? But you guys do. You bring a lot to the podcast for us, and we do appreciate that. And without all of you, we'd still do it, but it wouldn't be as fun.
Louder says chain smoking with the laughy face.
Oh, chain smoking. Yeah, he did too, didn't he?
Yep.
It's not like that's another nostalgia thing. You go back and you listen to some of the comedians from when we were younger, and you don't find that as much anymore.
John says, I love the Dice Man. I wish he could come back to comedy.
Yeah.
I love these comics that are not afraid to push down the barriers that have been put up about what is politically correct. Like Dave Chappelle's latest episode that he did for his comedy special.
Yeah.
God, that shit was hilarious.
Yeah. Well,
Go watch that.
Wasn't there one that he's talking about boycotting his show?
Yeah.
Because all of the rights and everything. I'm like, damn, this guy, he's not only funny, but he's also like, I'm standing up for my fucking self.
The thing I love about Dave Chappelle, and if you know him personally, I don't, but if you know him personally, he's one of the most kindest, compassionate dudes on the face of the planet. But he's not afraid to talk about shit.
Yeah. Being real.
And being real. And it's like, God, go support guys like that, because how could you not?
Mm-hmm. I mean, honestly, we've talked a lot about some of the comedians from our past. Like, I always talk about Pauly Shore because I love him so much. But really, guys, we have a little bit of time left. Is there anybody that you love as a comedian? Obviously, John is saying the Dice Man. I don't blame you. Like, I grew up with him. I didn't get a lot of it back then. All I knew was like, oh my God, that's dirty. I can't believe I'm listening to this.
Richard Pryor, Dennis Leary, Sam Kinison.
Yep.
George Carlin, like all of these guys, like they brought their A game.
Yeah. I don't know why my brain is like drawing a blank right now. Eddie Murphy. That's what I was thinking. I was like, Eddie Murphy was freaking hilarious. Hilarious.
Well,
all good stuff.
Two of my favorite local comedians, Mike Ball and Mitch Gill.
Oh, yeah. I love those guys. We've had Mike Ball on the show before. We've had Mitch on the show before. We did a little stint with him for 12 episodes, I believe. Was it 12?
What, Mitch?
Yeah. Mitch's Fake Radio?
22.
Oh, 22. Sorry, Mitch. 22 episodes, and he did a lot of the Dream Theater stuff. It was a lot of fun to have him in the studio.
John says, have you heard about the cancer? That's what it is, cancer. Cancel culture, now trying to cancel songs because of the lyrics.
Yeah.
Fat bottom girls being one of their targets. Hey, fat bottom girls make the rockin' world go round.
Yeah, bitches, you knock it off, you skinny twats.
That's right.
Get out of the way.
Louder says Sam Kinison and Jim Brewer. Robin Williams was another one of my all-time favorite stand-up comedians and just off the chain. McKenna says, Fluffy, Gabriel Iglesias is my favorite comedian.
Yeah.
There's so many legendary comedians and comics that how could you not just like tickle your funny bone every day?
For sure.
I encourage you, go have some like comedy time.
Yeah, for sure. Like you have to. For a while there, when I was trying to relearn how to not be super stressed out,
Laugh therapy
was one of the big things that I did in the morning. That was one of the first things I did. I did my praying and my devotions, all that stuff, my journaling, all that. And then I went to laugh therapy. It didn't matter if it was a cartoon. It didn't matter if it was a silly old sitcom, a comedian, whatever. But I would. That was one of the big things in helping to get myself straight on, not anxiety and stressing out every day.
Speaking of that, one of the things that I totally love about Shelson's Natural Health.
Yeah.
They don't have the news on.
They don't.
They don't have all this other pretentious BS. They have dry bar comedy.
Yeah.
On YouTube on the big screen in the lobby.
Yep.
And they have these comics on there and comedy playing, and you're laughing your ass off. And I remember the God, she's gonna kill me. What was her name? The secretary person that's there. She's always wearing the headset and just like buzzing here, there, and everywhere.
Oh, no.
God, she's gonna freaking kill me because I forgot her name. But she's like, isn't that so much more refreshing than watching the news?
Yeah.
And I said, oh
Seriously.
my God, I love the fact that there's comedy in a waiting room.
Yeah. First time of seeing that, honestly.
Yes.
It's so much fun to listen to comedians and to be able to just chill out. When you got
John says, I agree, Fluffy is top-notch comedian.
Yeah.
And when cancel culture went after him for one of his characters, he let him know who was the boss.
And I, go back into the fat bottom girls thing and saying skinny twats. I apologize. Like I'm not trying to fat shame anybody
the
or
skinny
skinny
twats.
shame or anything because
You know
I
what?
know people that are both ways. Some people that can't gain weight at all. Like I feel for them.
I look at it this way.
Feel for them.
Stay in your lane and don't be a dick.
The cancel culture, yes, for sure. For sure. Like it is getting it's been ridiculous. No, it's not getting, it's been ridiculous for
It's
a while.
been ridiculous.
But not gonna get into that. That's all I gotta say. Laugh. Enjoy.
Here's an idea. Laugh at yourself and stop taking shit so seriously.
How about that? That sounds like a lot of fun. Let's do that. let's just laugh when we can.
Oh yeah, McKenna But she says Jeff Dunham is another one of ones I liked. He's
I saw
funny.
him live.
I just watched his
actually.
latest special.
Did you? I have not watched
Funny as
anything
shit.
new. I did get to see him at Soaring Eagle, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Other than outside, and this is when I was much heavier. Their seats were like, eek. I'm like, how am I supposed to put this fat bottom in this seat?
Fat bottom girls, you make the rockin' world go round.
That was the only thing. Like I was like, aw. How do I pour myself into this? It does not work. So yeah. But it was a lot of fun. He is funny live.
Oh, God,
He is
yeah.
very funny live. It was a lot of fun.
I like it when the off the cuff stuff happens with him.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he's moving Ahmed or something like that, and like half of his body falls apart.
Yes.
And he has to recover, which is hilarious.
A lot of credit there.
Oh yeah.
Throwing a voice and oh my gosh.
When you fail out loud, because we don't know anything about
Nothing.
that at all.
Nothing.
And you still are able to perform
Mm-hmm.
live because there is no scripts with any of this stuff. And granted, we're not doing multifaceted, talented shit like throwing our voices. But there's a lot of times, like I was streaming live and the whole entire camera and mouse just went whoop and fell on the floor. And I went, y'all saw that, right?
So that just happened here. You just kind of got to roll with it, And I've talked several times about doing stand up, and on Mondays I was going to start doing it,
Yeah.
and then I started having to work on Mondays. I was like, okay, then I guess right now that's where it's at. But I do want to do it. I think it
Yes.
would be a lot of fun. Do I have fear about it? Heck yes, I do. Not even gonna lie about it. Like I am
Yes.
nervous to get up on there. What if I lose my place and I'm just like,
Then you roll with it.
and you just roll with it, which I've done. We've done that before here.
Heather, after the show, can you message me about the spiders, please? Says Kenna.
Yeah.
And John says, have you seen Gabriel Iglesias' sitcom on Netflix called Mr. Iglesias? It was
No.
really awesome and funny as hell.
No, I haven't. I haven't watched that yet.
I have to pay my Netflix bill.
Dun, 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 dun. Netflix. They've been posting about, or somebody's been like talking about the Squid Games. I know you were.
I
but
was
I've heard
watching
it again. Oh, wah. Yeah, I just started watching In the Dark again. The new season is out. I love that show, but I'm also like, oh, there's a lot of murder in this. Am I going to be sideways tomorrow? The answer is yes. Gosh dang it. Sucks, man.
All I can say is it's hard out here for a pimp. So
No, it's hard out here for a pimp. Yeah, it's true. So true. How do I know? I don't know.
I mean, you're big pimping.
Am I big? Like, I don't
Yeah,
understand.
you're big pimping.
I don't notice if I am.
That's right.
Again, I'm just rolling with it and being like, does this work? Like, when I come into the studio doing
Right.
the ZZ Ward thing, you're just like, dang,
Yeah, get it.
damn. I'm
Get
just
it.
like,
Hell
okay.
yeah.
I was feeling it today. That's what I'm doing. So yeah,
Holy shit, you guys are still blowing it up over here.
I think my YouTube is broken.
John says, when is cancel culture unidentified? Are they who these people in reality in the government? And is it another Area 51 secret? Maybe. Possibly. Kind of says, I don't like horror shows, but murder mysteries are my jam.
I love though. Like, is that a weird statement to say? I love murder mystery, like the real legit stuff. And then I'm just now I can't. It blows.
That sounds like something a serial killer would say.
Halloween's coming. You can be anything that you want to be on Halloween, right? No. Please don't ever take me serious.
Here's the
people.
thing that I have to laugh about that.
What's that?
Is anytime like back in the 80s when we grew up and whatnot, watching this shit on the news.
Yeah.
And these next door neighbors, he was so normal.
He was.
He was the great community member. He went to church. He had children. Just, oh my God. I'm like, yeah, because serial killers try to stick out and not fucking blend in.
Exactly.
Really?
The serial killer that is next door is not going to be out like with a hand in his hand, like waving at you. Good morning.
Just
Oakley dokley.
sending clothes and shit that aren't his on the line. Hey, they're dry. I don't remember you wearing lingerie, Ned.
I don't know why there's a big blood stain right on his sidewalk. Now there's hello.
Can I borrow some bleach?
Yeah.
I gotta get some blood out of the carpet.
Apparently, though, with it being spooky season, I did read something today that there's this guy who was just legitly like smiling and taking a selfie with the cops in the background of his like fake crime scene for Halloween. And he's just like, hey, because they've been stopping over because he's made such a gruesome scene that the cops keep on getting called on him. So he was just
amazing.
Hey,
hi.
Yeah, I was like, it is. It's pretty gruesome. So fun stuff. Oh boy.
Project Anchory says, please do not compromise our cover. Thank you.
Just saw that finally on YouTube. Yeah.
Whoops.
All right.
Sorry, my bad.
Whoopsie.
Your secret is safe with us.
I don't know who you are, so you're good. You're good. So yeah. All right, guys, it is that time. I have got to go pick up my vehicle. Kenna, I will get back to you. I won't be able to do it now because I have to book it to go get my vehicle so I can go to work tomorrow. So I will get back to you, though. If you get me a inbox on Dragonfly Boutique, they are $9. $8 a piece. I had to think about that for a minute. I'm like, did I up it? They're $8. Just let me know. I can do a custom.
Yes.
It may take me a minute because of work, but I can do that. So give me a message. I will get back to you. I feel like that little girl. All right, guys. Have a great night. Thank you for tuning in. We will be back next Thursday.
Yes. Duh.
And other stuff in between. Let's talk about that. We got Guitar Fridays, Chill Stream Saturday.
Yep.
There is supposed to be Survivor Girl Sunday. However, I am also mandated to work this week as well.
Lame.
So by the time I would get back and everything, I won't be able to do the show. I apologize for that, but maybe I will do one the following.
You're fired. Well, Motivational Mondays.
Motivational Mondays. I also work on Monday. I'm working on it, guys. I'm trying.
What?
I still love all of you that tune
Crystal
in.
LaFay's got one coming up. We're going to be doing a pre-record for Initiative Impossible for the Halloween episode.
I'm excited about that.
And This Is My Brain has been pumping out episode after episode.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man. It's been amazing.
And if you guys have missed Initiative Impossible,
Yes.
tune in. You got to know what the hunkulus is all about.
Honkulus.
The hunkulus. You guys, you got to know. You got to tune in. Josh is working diligently to get those into the edited fun stuff. I'm not saying don't join us live because I enjoy that you guys join us live.
So much fun.
He jumps on the chat, talks with you guys as well during the show. But the edits are fun.
Yes.
They're so fun.
Hell yes.
Even I'm like, is this vain? Like, I want to watch these because I like the edits that he does.
Yeah, I love the edits that Josh does because he puts so much stuff in it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was funny too because I'm watching the Magic episode and I'm like, I was Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, you were. That was fantastic.
And he did that all by hand. Like, he literally drew it in there
That's awesome.
for the 2 nanoseconds when I was like, hey there, pretty mama.
Yeah, and he presented us with like a cartoon sketch for like animation for our characters.
Yes.
I'm so excited. It's not legit me, like me, but it's my character. And I'm like, oh, I get to be a cartoon.
It's amazing.
I'm so geeked out, you guys. Please go take a look at that. So, like, subscribe, share, do all that fun stuff. We appreciate it.
All this stuff on our featured channels, guys. Go follow it. Give it all kinds of love. Punch the like button in the mouth. Hit all the notifications. Subscribe, share. Do all of that social media shit that we constantly talk to you guys about.
Why not? Also, Josh is saying before we leave, have a great night. Work sucks. I know. And also, edits will take a while. I try to do my best. You have been doing a great job,
Hey,
Josh.
has been killing it.
Dude, you got so much other stuff going on, but really, we do appreciate you, and we do bring it up and dote on you a lot because we do appreciate it. But anyway, gotta go. I gotta go get my ride.
Yep.
Beep, beep. Don't forget, guys, do all that fun stuff. We appreciate you jumping on, talking with us tonight, and keep it weird. Not too weird.